All right, welcome to another edition of Thunder and Lightning. I am your host, Dan, and I want to give it up to my co-host, Nikki Nick, in the Construction Woman of the Year nominee. Is this like a Walter Payton nominee? Do we have to vote for you double? Like if I make a post on Blonde Blitz and on my post, does that equal double the votes?
So here's the thing, because it's a professional work affiliation organization, you have to be a member in order to vote.
Oh, man.
Believe me, if this was go solicit everybody, I know I'd have this in the bag, obviously. I don't know who I'm up against yet, probably some of my friends. So listen, I know Deb, my co-host on Blonde Blitz, has won Emmys. This is it's not quite Emmy, but it's a pretty big deal to be nominated. So I'm going to have to get some tips from her on how to have one of those faces that if you don't win.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't even do the simplest loss. You can't. There's no way. We're going to need to get a camera shot. I'm going to need to get Allie.
will be there.
I'm going to need Allie just to pan into you. And if you lose, I don't want you to lose. I'm going to make that clear. I don't want you to lose. But if you were to lose, I need Allie to pan into you and you fake smiling, because I know that's next to impossible. Darius was here an hour ago. BBQ Sauce, what's up? Joe, what's up? Happy New Year to everybody. By the way, congratulations. I'm really proud of you. I know I like to bust your chops, but that's wonderful. I'm really proud of you. See, you work your ass off. Everybody just thinks you're a beautiful blonde that just gets everything that you need and want because you're beautiful, but you do work your ass off, and I'm very proud of you for that. So,
well, thank you for recognizing that, because I think a lot of people don't. They think I do this for a living, and but I I do have an actual job, and the nomination is very sweet, and it's nice. And if any of my friends that are in that organization are watching, I will be hitting you up, as I do for every year, for Committee of the Year, and soliciting your votes, because I am mad competitive.
No, we all know that. So everybody give Nikki congrats. Darius is already doing it. Nikki,
thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Yeah, so she's more than just a blonde. So keep the good hard work up. We're proud of you. All right. New York Football Giants. We got 4 more quarters left, Nick.
Woo, God.
4 more. Thank God.
It's not going to end quick enough.
But in March, we're going to miss them, and in July, we're going to miss them, and it's that bittersweet. But the New York Giants played a very tough game on Sunday. It was a typical playing hard. This season's just been how that's been. Last year was the opposite of this year, of finding ways to win in one-score games.
So they're just finding ways to lose this time.
Right. So if you want, everybody watch the game. It's already Tuesday. There was a lot of good moments, a lot of crappy moments of we would wish to have back. And Tyrod played good at moments. I still can't believe he missed that throw to Saquon with the 2-point conversion. If he was that nervous about that throw, he should have just ran it in. It was just holy crap, Saquon's that wide open. Let me force it to him. It was very frustrating. The defense played really well. Dane Belton, we have to say it. Dane Belton had 3 turnovers. He had the 2 interceptions and the fumble recovery. So kudos to Dane. Yeah. You interviewed Dane at our old platform, right? So his dad followed me while we were there. So congratulations to them. I know how hard it is just be a special teamer, and just finally getting your time to actually play defenses must be a thrilling thing. I'll be honest. I was obviously I didn't go to the game. So I think if I was at the game, I would have been more upset about it than when I was on my couch and we were talking at halftime about how everything was going.
Right.
And I think this game, if this game was in September or October, or hell, even in November, and we had a shot in the playoffs, I think I would have been very devastated. But we did too much to lose, unfortunately. Whether it was just the terrible play calling. I just didn't like the play calling on the final drive. It's just like, why would you shotgun it? Why would you do a shotgun run when and get like just those things were weird. Excuse me. Those things were really weird. I didn't really love the conservativeness at the end of the game for that drive. I think the way we were pushing the ball with Tyrod, I'm not saying to like push it, but I would have trusted him a little bit to get at least a couple more yardage because Crosby missed an extra point earlier, and it's just he was. If you see the game, if you rewatch the game, or I remember vividly, he was still short. I know that's like a estimate. They were still short of his distance by like 3 or 4 yards, so it's just like a weird situation. Um,
To be fair, I haven't loved the play calling all season. I think that could be one of the knocks on this season. And I understand there's been injuries. I understand we've gone from Jones to Tyrod to DeVito to back to Tyrod. I get all of that. I just haven't really loved the play calling and and I know this is what the sixth game in a row that offensive line has played together, which is great
yeah, the
continuity.
continuity
Too
finally.
little, too late, because I wish we could have gotten this going 2-3 months ago. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I understand all the circumstances that have gone around it and injuries. Believe me, I get all of that. It just, I just haven't really been a fan of the play calling, and it seems like once the play calling would get going, it would be, towards the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter, and then they're trying to put it together. So that would be my one knock on the season. I know the season's not technically over yet, but many things that you could knock on. But I really haven't enjoyed the play calling. A lot of head scratching this
Right.
season.
And the frustrating thing about it, because the games that we looked decently okay in, Tyrod threw over 300 yards. We haven't really
Right.
gotten that all season, so it was
Right.
like, okay, wow, we're finally opening it up. That 80-yard touchdown to Slayton back-to-back weeks was
Yeah.
really fun. That was a dime. A couple plays to Hyatt, one drop, unfortunately, and then one was a holding. Yeah, no, it's just like we can't get it together. I get what you're saying to a degree, is in terms of like, yeah, I'm not thrilled with the play calling, but there's been moments where I'm like, okay, it's not just the play calling that's the reason why we suck this year.
No, of course not.
No, I know. I'm just spitballing. I'm not saying you particularly. It's just like,
It's a combination of so many things that have gone wrong this season. It feels like everything that could possibly have gone wrong did in fact go wrong.
so in my Giants group chat,
Oh God, who's in that chat?
all my friends from Talking Giants friends. So
How come I'm not in it?
Because you're not in it.
I'm the queen of New York.
Okay, I'm the king of New York. So what's your point?
I should be in the chat. No.
Nah, this is a guy chat. Anyway.
Wow. Sexist.
It happens. Anyway, I said we had 3.5 games where we should have won, and that would have been 8 wins.
Right.
And then I considered the half loss, even though we got absolutely destroyed in that game. But I would have liked to seen what would have happened if Daniel didn't get hurt in the Raider game. That completely turned the game upside down. It was just like, oh shit, we got to go back to Tommy DeVito. We obviously don't trust him yet, type of thing. So I think with those swings that were just absolutely brutal, and we had the wins in our hands, at least 2 out of 3. And then the third one, if Tyrod throws the perfect ball to Saquon, we wouldn't have this issue. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
You bring up a good point, though. First of all, I will just say there are a lot of people who ask to be put in a game day chat with me. Would you recommend that to them?
Honestly, okay.
And then
game
I'll
day.
get to my other point real quick.
Okay, game day chat.
With
You're
Nick.
kind of subdued. It would be more of me doing the game day chatting, and
Right.
then you're more of talking me off the ledge type of thing. So if you're gonna want to have a game day chat, it would be more towards me, and then Nikki does talk, but it's more of a calming. Like you're not expecting that from Nikki. Everybody's thinking she's gonna be talking a lot, and like if you're gonna have the convo, it's gonna end up being a
That's
convo
because
with
it's
me.
a text conversation. If I'm actually
Fair,
like,
fair, fair.
if I was like in person and we were, that would be a lot different.
Yeah, that's true.
But I do like your point that you brought up is, had Daniel Jones not gotten hurt, what do you honestly think this season would have turned into?
Honestly,
Any better, like marginally better, a lot better, more of the same? Were we just going to get more of the
I
same with him
I
anyway?
as much as I hate saying it because he was already damaged goods after he got pushed back into the game. Let's be honest, we don't think he was right for the game. I think Tyrod got hurt. The Tyrod got hurt in the Jet game, and like, oh shit, like we didn't put him on IR. It was a couple week injury to the neck. Let's throw him out there, and then unfortunately his knee gave out. I think it would have been more of the same because of how he was getting battered this year, and I think he got gun shy and like oh my god, I'm getting wrecked back here type of thing. Maybe if the continuity of the offensive line got like towards better, how like by the Washington game, the road
Right,
Washington game, maybe.
right.
Um, but
So how many more wins do you think, had he continued the whole season? How many more wins would you give it with
well,
Daniel Jones in?
I think the Bills game we would have won because he would have figured something out with that with the whole mess up with Tyrod.
Right,
The Jet game we would have only had to throw a couple of passes. We didn't.
right.
Tommy DeVito literally threw the ball behind the line of scrimmage the whole game. Granted, it was a monsoon, but um, yeah, I maybe those two wins, and then I don't see Daniel doing what Tyrod did throwing the ball wise on Sunday. I'll be honest with you. I don't think Jones has done that in the last couple of years.
No, he hasn't.
So maybe those two wins that we screwed ourselves over, and then the Raider game, he maybe would have gotten hot in the second half. We just never would have known, type of thing. I think that game snowballed. I know we lost 30-6, so I can't really say that. That's why I say 3.5 wins would have who knows what would have happened.
So, but I think that's really how you could just say that, sum up Daniel Jones in a nutshell. Had we had him for the rest of the season, maybe at best we're looking at 2 to 3 more wins, maybe.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not like leaps and bounds here, everybody. It's how many? I don't know. It's like, how much more do you need to see? How much more do you need to see out of Daniel Jones personally?
I mean, like I said on my Instagram stories, when I do questions, people ask like, "What would you do if I'm Shane and I'm Daboll and there's a quarterback I love when I'm interviewing for or during the combine, Senior Bowl, or whatever the event is, and we have a chance to go up and get them if it's May or Williams, and the deal is like right there and good for the taking, I would consider it. I'm really trusting Daboll and Shane because you can tell we're building something that is just a good nucleus of a team. Like there's a culture because let's
There
face
is.
it, we could have been 2-14. I know the tank crew was very upset with those couple of wins, but we were playing up to the same level as all those teams that we beat. So maybe other than the Packers, that was the only game that was like, oh my god, we won this game type of thing.
Right.
So I like that how hard they played the recent weeks when they could have all packed it up and just said, fuck it, we're done. We saw the Jets and we've seen other teams do it.
Like the Panthers, are just like going through the motions at this point.
The Commanders have tanked since November, early November they've been losing. So I that would be the one thing I would give credit to Daboll, and it's just the culture of the team Yeah, this is not the season we wanted. Obviously, we're all upset and pissed about it. But hopefully next season, whatever we do in the draft and whatever we do in the free agency, the nucleus is there, and it's going to be a completely different team. But the players like Dexter and Andrew Thomas, like the most key parts, and Kayvon are all going to be there. We don't know what's going to happen with Saquon. We don't know how healthy Daniel is, and are we going to get a first top 5 quarterback pick? We don't know. We have no idea. So it's going to be an interesting offseason, and I'm excited for it because I've been waiting for it since, let's face it, October. So
yeah, I know, because you're a half member of the Tank Crew.
Half. It is what it is. It's
half
at this point
of the Tank Crew. But you're right. Listen, just because it's a losing season does not mean there's not culture in place. You know what I mean?
right.
It's
We could have packed up packed up 2 months ago easily.
Yeah, they could have done that. That's not how Brian Dable operates, though. That's not how he runs a team. I know maybe optics and to the outside it looks like that. I know. Listen, he's the first one to always say it's on him, right? Like he takes responsibility for it. He's got to do a better job of it. And those players go up to that podium and they stand by him and he stands by them. And there's a lot of mutual respect on both sides. And that's what helps create this culture, right? You think about like if you've got a boss you really, really respect, right? Don't you want to work a little harder for them? Don't you want to, just, you want to play for your fellow teammate. You want to play for your coach. And like I always say, guys, they don't go out there to lose. This is their livelihood. They're not going out there to lose their job, right? Like you don't go to work to like lose your job. So
the eye in the sky doesn't lie.
What?
The eye in the sky doesn't lie. That's their old saying when they watch all 22 tape.
Yeah.
They're always on camera. So you got to play like it's the last.
Always on camera.
There you go. Diva.
Divas, always on camera. I feel like Kayvon's a diva. So if I had to give a diva title to anyone, it would be him.
Yeah, I could see it. But yeah, like I mentioned, like, yeah, was Dave's perfect this year? Far from it. It was a lot of people. It's far from perfect.
Nobody was.
But you see the building blocks, and you're like, okay, yeah, this year is not a complete throwaway year. We did have some ugly scars and marks on this season where you're like, okay, like for example, if Wink is gone, I'm gonna be very mad, and that's gonna be a big, 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 big strike against Dayball. A huge one for me. Yeah. I'm not saying for fire him or anything like that, but I'm going to be really mad because let's face it, if it wasn't for this defense and the defense being on the field 90% of the time because the offense can't move the ball, like we would probably win 1 or 2 games this season. And let's be real, like if it wasn't for the defense,
I'm going to be really upset if they don't address this offensive line, like, and really get some. No, it's the depth. Okay. I said it this year. I said it in the springtime when I was there. I said it all summer. Guys, the offensive line is concerning. The lack of depth is concerning to me. So what you can't have is a shoddy offensive line that just gets it together in the last few weeks here. You don't have your starting quarterback. You can't get the run game going. You can't open up the offense. Like that's just a recipe for disaster. And it's been that way, God, for as long as I can remember. I mean, go back to Kevin Gilbride days, right? Unless it was that high risk, high reward, right? Like Eli's throwing a ton of interceptions, but holy shit, he's making these crazy plays too. So now we don't have any of that now, really. So that has got to be addressed because it's been over a decade that we've had this problem.
Yeah. So, all right, let me ask you one thing, because all likelihood Johnson is going to be fired. Bobby Johnson is going to be fired.
Thank God.
I don't remember what podcast it was or article or just a conversation.
Are you listening to other podcasts?
Yeah, I do. That actually grinded my gears the other day. Actually listening to Talk of Giants and Justin verbatim. I'm like, I don't like listening to podcasts the day of podcast I record, and then Justin verbatim says what I was thinking before, like mapping out what I was thinking, like, all right, this is what I want to talk about. And then Justin verbatim. I guess that's what happens when you're good friends with someone for so long. I think they got to go out and get that offensive line coach that is a stud top 5 offensive line coach. Like, pay him like he's an offensive coordinator, because we need a guy that can teach. Like, Evan Neal was a top 5 draft pick. Like, he doesn't, like, there's no reason for him to suck. Like, I know he doesn't have technique issues. Like, there's a sign of, like, Tyree Phillips went to a different team, and came back to the Giants, and he legit like got better while being on the Eagles for a month, and then he comes back, and you're like, wow, he's gotten better, and you can tell.
Don't you find that happens with a lot of players, though? Not to interrupt your point, but like, doesn't even have to be an offensive lineman. I feel like we'll have these players who absolutely look like scrubs. They get off the Giants, and they're having these like rock star careers.
All
so
right.
it's a problem that's been happening for a really long time.
And that's another thing. Our medical staff. Jesus Christ, get it together.
Oh my God, please get rid of this training staff.
Evan Neal had a broken ankle this whole time? Like, how does that not get diagnosed quicker?
I don't know. I don't know. The training staff has been an issue. Look, there's so many issues on this team. You know, it's like not expecting it to be. And I think that's part of the problem, right? You go into every year and you're like, okay, I hope they work on this, and this. We don't expect that, a light switch to flip. But now it's like, shit, now you need a quarterback too. So it's just, there's so many problems here. But like you said, the bright spot is the culture is in place. There are building blocks in place. There are really good guys in the locker room, and that matters. I know there's fans out there who don't give any credence to that, but having those guys in the locker room, it absolutely matters.
The thing that like pisses me off, just gets me frustrated with the fan base and the people that
they're fucking morons.
Well, that too, but like with the whole offensive line,
like
it's like
Cop Sizzle. I fucking hate that guy.
Yeah, that was pretty scummy what he did today. Anyway, yeah, not great. Like, one thing I don't get, like, people don't realize how much we actually did invest in the offensive line, and that's what's making it even scarier. And it's just like, okay, yeah, how much more do we have to like invest in the offensive line when some of these guys just need a freaking gel right now? So
just need a coach.
Hopefully it's a coach, and hopefully these guys find like this, like, honestly, overpay for an offensive line coach. Honestly, there's no cap space in coaching. Just do it. Honestly, there's so many good offensive line coaches out there. Just like, all right, just like, oh, I'm a New York Giant. Okay, great. Like, pretend that you are a New York Giant and be like, all right, come to New York type of thing. So,
all right. Well, let's close the book on this week. This was another heartbreaker. Obviously, of course it was. Such as this season is going. But we got one more game left.
Oh, before we forget, Hammer got a 80-yard punt return for a touchdown. We can't forget that.
Oh, right.
That was fun. And then Tyrod messed it up the next play.
All right, moving on to the Eagles. I've had enough of this.
Yeah, no, the Eagles, hey, they're slowly choking. They basically lost their place for the division, unless the Commanders.
You love to see it. You love to see the Eagles choke.
What a
if
shame.
It ain't the Cowboys, give me a good Eagles choke. I love it. I'm drinking it in because something is wrong in Philly.
It's the Jerry Seinfeld "What a Shame" gif.
You know what it is? It's because they eat all the whiz. You guys, they eat all that nasty cheese. I think is really what the problem is.
I'm sure there's other things than whiz, but hey,
it's whatever floats the boat.
Okay. Well, literally whiz. 2 types of whiz, but but yeah, they're playing. They're lost right now. It's going to be interesting. We played better with Tyrod in the second half on Christmas Day.
Yep.
Maybe we'll see what happens of like maybe a full game with Tyrod. You never know.
But Philly can't rest their players because they
can't. So it's gonna be very interesting to see of like, all right, this is a time to prove it or shut up. Get a good win for them and see you next week in Tampa, unless something crazy happens in Washington. Yeah. If you told me this in October, I would have laughed at you.
Yeah. Why?
like the Eagles just collapsing and not winning the division, I would have laughed at you and like, no, they're playing really well.
Yeah, I do. I look forward to the day that the Giants start closing the talent gap on Philly and Dallas. Like, I really, really look forward to that day because you can't make any headway in this division if you can't get through those two teams.
Yeah, and honestly, once again, we're 0-4. Well, right now 0-3, but ultimately it could be 0-4 against them the first 2 years under Dable and Shane. And I said that all summer. I said it all spring last year. So
yeah,
until that happens, we're not going to be doing shit.
No, you're not. You're not. You know, we don't have Eli Manning back there.
Yeah, even with Eli towards the end.
I know. Well, that was the offensive line.
I know.
That was horrid. I mean, so many things have gone so wrong for the Giants. And it's just, you would think, you see these other teams and you're like, they have their moments where it's like, okay, they've had a few down years and now they're like on the come up. Like, look at Cincinnati. They sucked for a while. Okay, now they're having their moment. Look at Houston Texans. How long is it going to fucking take for the Giants to get it together and get their fucking moment? Like, oh my God.
Why I want to draft a quarterback.
I do too. I don't care. You know what? I don't care who gets drafted. I actually do not give a single fuck who is the quarterback as long as they can get the job done. How about that? I don't care whose name is on the back of the jersey. And I do not want to listen to this shit for the next 4 months. This is crazy. Like, were you on Giants Twitter today? I can't. No. I just can't. I'm going to mute.
I try to stay off.
I can't listen to it.
Honestly, once the Bengals got Burrow, I know he got hurt twice on with the offensive line. So spare me. I know the offensive line is an issue. Like we've gone through this a million times. We know both are an issue. So it's really which way do the Giants, we don't work for them. It's really ultimately whichever way the Giants go, we're just going to have to sit there and watch, or like it or not like it. It's really ultimately out of our control. So
it's out of our control. And I think this fan base needs to understand that. And I think some of them need to like go outside and breathe in some fresh air, touch some grass if you don't have any snow on your grass yet. And like, why don't you get a life and get off of Twitter and social media and stop attacking people because, you know, your 500th draft prediction, nobody's listening to you. Like, go touch grass and like chill biscuit and calm the fuck down.
Right. So, like, it's going to be one of those double-edged swords. We've seen a lot of good quarterbacks this year in college. Ultimately, we could see, like, we could all see ways of, like, okay, we can see them carrying a team. And, like, all right, they make things happen. They make shit happen. And it's just like,
yeah, all these guys are always so hyped up, and they get to the Giants, and it's like, what the fuck happens?
Right. No, I agree. But we've seen these guys make shit happen, and it's just like, all right, we both like Daniel Jones. I'm not saying we're both like big Daniel Jones Beehive fans, but
no.
But let's face it.
I like whoever puts the Giants in the best position to win. I do not care who it is. I have no allegiance to anybody.
I'm with you. And to the degree, yeah, Daniel Jones has had great moments, but we've also seen Daniel Jones suffer through a lot of situations where a stud quarterback that we can see make things happen, and you're just like, yeah, it's just
I don't want to see flashes anymore. I want consistency at the quarterback position. It's like, you know, we're watching these guys and it's like, oh, they had a great couple drives. We're seeing flashes of greatness. They have potential. Well, let's just, now we've come full circle. I don't think we need to see anymore. And, you know, that's it. Yeah, I never thought he was the quarterback of the future. Like, I never was really sold on him. I think he did a hell of a job last year, did what he had to do to win games and carry that team on his back. And, you know, they're in the playoffs. And again, I think part of the issue is what happened this year should have happened last year, and trying to reconcile how weird this season has been is what is making a lot of people unravel.
Andre, look what Tyrod was doing this week against the Rams, where the Rams were obviously, they did get a bunch of sacks, but when have we seen Daniel Jones make those type of throws and everything like that? I'm not comparing. Tyrod's obviously a backup quarterback, but we've seen it time and time again where Daniel Jones is scared to throw that deep ball. We would never see Daniel Jones throw an 80-yard touchdown pass this late in the last couple of years.
No, it's not happening. All right, so Giants, Philly.
I mean, Daniel Jones is his fifth year. Daniel Jones is in his fifth year. So, like, when is that gonna like change of being? Oh, he's more experienced. That doesn't. I'm sorry, that doesn't fly with me.
I think we can just say this: Tyrod Taylor moves the offense better than Daniel Jones. Okay, it's okay to say that. I don't know why this is like a cardinal sin or something. Like, I mean, this entire fan base would like to burn me at the stake for saying it, and I think they're like that because I was like, let's give Jones a chance coming off of last season, everything he did. But listen, I was never really sold on the kid. Of course, I want any quarterback for the Giants to do well. I always want them to be successful. But don't mistake me rooting for a quarterback to be successful as me thinking that they're the quarterback of the future.
Right. And like I've had family members making it sound like I'm a Daniel Jones stan. And I don't get me wrong, I like Daniel Jones. I've seen like flashes of him being that guy when we don't get it enough. Because from his rookie year, we all saw it. He threw over 25, like almost 27 touchdowns. It's like we've seen flashes. And then unfortunately, between the 2 years with Judge and Garrett as the offensive coordinator, they completely stagnated everything that he did. And then last year with Dave's, it showed up a little bit this year. We would have liked more passing touchdowns, especially with the amount of money he was going to be getting this year, which I liked at the time. I'm not hiding the fact that I didn't. I liked the contract because we were like, okay, another year with Daboll. Let's see what he can do. Be more aggressive. And unfortunately, we did not see that in the start of the year. A lot of it is the offensive line's fault. A lot of it's his fault for being gun shy. I'm sorry.
He's very gun shy. And this offense open up. Both. And guys, there is talent at the wide receiver position. I know people are like, oh, we need wide receiver. No, there is talent there. We just need the right.
Is there elite talent at wide receiver? No, but there is guys to get things done. And if we were to not like a quarterback or an offensive lineman's not there where we would draft at 5, I mean, if Harrison's there and we don't want a quarterback, we're all going to be excited that Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be on our team. And then
listen, of course, it's just I saw it today where people
like Joe said, there isn't an alpha wide receiver. There isn't a guy on our offense, Saquon to a degree, but he's a running back that is like, oh my God, he's going to take over the game if we don't do X, Y, and Z. Saquon is that guy right now. We do not know if he's going to be.
I doubt Saquon's going to be here next year. Okay, so we absolutely need a number 1 wide receiver. When's the last time this team had a number 1 wide receiver?
Well, Odell.
Well, even that, I feel like even that he didn't live up to his fullest potential. He was hurt all the time, and that offense sucked.
Yeah, well, the reason why we made the playoffs in 2016 was slant passes to Odell. So if Odell wasn't on the team, we wouldn't have made the playoffs that year.
Well, and if you didn't go on the fucking boat,
I mean, that shit's overrated.
It's not overrated
because it was an off day. It doesn't
matter. It does. No. It does.
Nikki,
no,
stop.
It doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. They had to think about what the media was going to do and turn that into a fucking circus, which is exactly what they did. And they did not think about that. Also, you have to be in the right headspace. These are the playoffs and you're out partying. No. And you knew somebody was going to take a picture. You knew the media was going to take it and run with it.
Yeah,
and
that picture was rough. And it exploded literally the next day. And the story that Victor Cruz says was just hilarious. They're like, "Oh fuck, it's everywhere now," and they're wearing.
Which is my main issue with it. It really is my main issue. Was you really didn't think that
and they're all in winter. They're all in winter clothes too, which was hilarious. A couple of them were in Timbs and jeans in Miami, which was pretty funny. But
all right, let's go back to Giants Eagles.
It's the same nonsense with the Giants and Eagles.
Any chance they somehow maybe pull out a win here?
I mean, the way we played against them 2 weeks ago in Philly, there's of course a chance, especially on how hard we're playing. It's always a chance, but I mean, the Eagles are going to have to wake up eventually, right? We've been saying it for a month. Like,
Maybe they don't wake up.
that'd be okay with me. And then they lose in Tampa. Fine. That would be epic.
Oh, I would love that.
Or the Saints, because that division's still actually up in grabs. But I feel more comfortable with Tampa. I like Tampa just a little bit.
Yeah, Andre, I don't think they're resting their starters. They have to play.
They can't.
They can't.
Well, they can, but
yeah, but
there is still a hope that the Cowboys could lose to the Commanders, even though there's a very slight chance, because they've literally tanked since November.
They're not gonna. Yeah, no.
And they have a top 2 pick, and they want a quarterback. So
they need
you
one.
Imagine that? Oh my God, I'll never let Rio live that down. I would never let him live that down. Just like,
as you shouldn't.
Right. All right. So that's it. We're gonna have fun next Monday. Recap the game, and then basically off-season talk, and we'll talk playoffs. We'll talk on like ex-Giants or enemies of the Giants playoff situations.
We'll do a lot of
root against or hope this guy plays well because we like him type of situation.
Yeah, we'll do a lot of playoff talk. Probably get more food takes. All right, should we do it though?
Of course. Why not? It's all about consistency.
All about consistency.
2024 is our year.
2024 is our year. Speaking of the new year, what'd you do? And what did you eat?
See, this is unfortunately not. This is not going to be a fun. This is not going to be a fun one. It's going to be Nikki. Nikki's going to take over the reins and have fun this episode. So this week,
people want food takes. Look at
people.
Food takes.
All right, so New Year's Eve was a low-key chill night for me and my family. We just hung out. What we normally do is do appetizers because we can eat all night long. So here we go, Nikki. Get your ugly face going of like, ew, oh my God, that's terrible. All right, you ready?
Wait on me.
Pigs in a blanket, must.
Oh God, no.
See, one for one. Mozzarella sticks.
Nah.
What else did we have? We had, let's see, what else did we have? We had pretzel bites. We had what else we got? Pretzel bites. We had mozzarella sticks. We had pepperoni wheels, which was pretty good.
The fuck is a pepperoni wheel?
Like pepperoni and pizza dough with cheese.
All right, do you just guys shove everything in pizza dough over there? Like what? Every week I ask you, and you're like, it's cheese sauce and it's shoved in some pizza dough. Why don't you guys just order pizza and call it a day?
Because that's what we do. We do the apps, and then New Year's Day, my mom likes to make prime rib, so we had prime rib. Roasted potatoes and all the other vegetables. So low-key night. We did the ball for my sons at around 7, which was really fun. Clever idea my wife saw on TikTok.
You did what at 7? What?
We went on YouTube and clicked New Year's Eve countdown from previous years, and then we did the countdown with my son, and he blew the horns and everything, and then we were able to send him to bed.
Wait, what?
I mean, what's not hard?
Hold on, you said you did this at 7 o'clock?
For my sons, my 3-year-old son who wasn't going to stay up till midnight, right?
Why not?
No. We like to relax and hang out and everything like that.
Why didn't you pump them full of candy and have them stay up?
No. It's like we like to relax and chill. We're watching Andy Cohen and Cooper Anderson. We were having fun. It's a grand old time.
So they think the ball drops at 7 o'clock at night. And then
they have no idea what time it is. So we just like, okay, before bed, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The things your parents do. The lies that parents come up with.
Hey, you don't know it. You'll never know. So it's 100%.
I will never know.
You'll never know. So
how do we feel about chicken piccata? Okay, what is
that? I like it. Chris, tell right down what it actually is.
You like it, but you can't explain it?
It's pretty much a good. It's It's a chicken dish that you're probably not going to eat.
Okay, but
So
what like is it grilled chicken? Like what's it in?
it's like breaded.
Ugh. Why is it
Which
breaded? Breaded in what? Pizza dough?
no, it's not breaded in pizza dough.
Well, you shove everything else in pizza dough.
Anyway, how about you? You living your best life. You're a 25-year-old with your girls in AC. Well, like, what did you do? You like turned back the clock to 2011. So what's up?
What do you mean I turned back the clock to 2011?
Like, what'd you do? You dirty stay out.
I did. Stay out till like 4 in the morning.
Wow.
Had a girls' night in Atlantic City, which was really fun. And we had a good time.
Over and under, how many guys tried to pick you up at the bar on New Year's Eve? I say 2.
It was like a weird, yeah. Well, then there was like the gambling part. It's mostly like, I don't know, people just get weird with me. Like they just really, the night before, I was out with my sister for her birthday. And so we were like looking for a place to sit, and she's kind of like scanning the room, and I'm standing there and made eye contact with this guy, and I was like, oh shit, right? Like as soon as you make eye contact, like here it goes. And he's giving me like the up and the down and giving me like the whole thing, and literally just like takes his tongue and he's just like,
oh like, yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God, like what the hell? Just right in the middle of the room. So thank God she found like a little spot kind of like away from everybody. Yeah, it was a little gross.
Okay. Chris writes, I don't bread mine. Chicken breast, pan fried, lemon pan sauce with capers and parsley.
Okay, like I could do that if it's grilled with like a squeeze of lemon. Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. I could probably do that. So yeah, I had a good time all weekend and feel fresh and ready for 2024.
Right. No, that sounds like a fun time. What clubs, what bar, where did you stay at? Yada, yada, yada. Come on, tell us. Don't be boring.
I'm not boring. I'm protecting privacy.
You're already there. So what difference does it make?
I was in Atlantic City.
You can't say where you stayed at?
We hopped around.
Thanks. Awesome podcasting, Nikki. Awesome.
You are welcome.
How about this? What did you eat and drink? Because you love to ask me these questions.
I drank my drink, which is Tito's Club and extra limes. And
not lemon. Yep.
Not lemon, extra limes. And oh my God, what did I eat? A salad with grilled shrimp.
Oh, you want shrimp today? Oh, the other night. Got it. Cool.
I had a salad for dinner tonight too.
Nice.
What did you have for dinner?
Roasted chicken. Normal.
With?
Mashed potatoes.
Ew.
Yeah.
And?
That was it tonight.
No vegetable?
No, believe it or not, my mom, first day of retirement, was slacking in the vegetable department.
Wait.
Oh, they had mushrooms. I don't really like mushrooms. I don't really fuck with that.
Oh. Do you have dessert? Do you still do dessert, or is that like a kid thing?
Depending on how much of a fat ass do I feel. Okay. You gonna judge me?
Yeah. No, I just want to know if because some people they love to have dessert after dinner, or like when they sit down on the couch.
2024, I'm gonna have to cut down my dessert intake, but yeah. Sometimes I like cookies and milk. I like ice cream.
Cookies and milk? All right, that's a 5-year-old thing. Wait,
Whatever.
You still drink milk?
Only for cereal and cookies.
What kind of cookies?
Varies. My family went to Stu Leonard's and they have awesome cookies. So, like a 3-pack, like oatmeal, chocolate, and chocolate chip variety of cookies, and I have a couple of those. Nothing crazy.
And you dip it in your milk?
Yeah.
And you drink whole milk?
We got to go through this again. I do the lactate-free.
Oh, right. I forgot. Sorry. Okay, so all right. So do you have a New Year's resolution? It's that? No, you're cutting back on cookies and milk. That's the
I gotta be on the camera with you at least once a week, maybe sometimes twice a week. So I'm gonna have to look. I have to look sexy
as
and
good
slim
as me.
with you. Well, no one could do that. That's going to be
You're
tough.
right. Nobody can do that. It's only
For my standards, I should get down.
how
Become
often do you have dessert?
enough, Nikki. Jesus.
Oh, I'm saying, like, is it like every night? I don't know. Listen, there's people out there who are like,
times,
oh, I love to have like a bowl of ice cream at the end. I don't know. I'm
Let's
asking.
cut it. Let's cut it off. Yes, I'm a fat fuck. Every couple
I didn't say
times
you
a week.
were. I didn't say you were.
know, but,
Everybody's
like,
got food. Like everybody's got like a snack they like.
Yeah.
Like even
I like sweets. All right.
you like sweets. Okay. All right. So your resolution is cutting back on cookies and milk.
Yeah, that'll last a week.
Really?
I'm just kidding.
No, you at least got to get through 2 weeks. 28
right.
days to form a habit.
Okay. I'm gonna try to be better in that junk food department. Becoming a better podcaster and producer. I know you love to call me a hack.
Because you're such a hack.
Yeah, there we go. No, it's like our goal is to be better in 2024. Whether, well, let's see what happens this year. I want to be better, get more notice with us, because everybody that talks to us loves this show, likes the idea of Blonde Blitz, and it's right there for us for the taking. It's just a matter of us putting more time and effort, which is crazy to even think about the amount of energy we do put into both shows. But it's definitely attainable, and I know you and me talk about it all the time. It's right there. It's right there. Hopefully 24 is our year.
No, not hopefully. It
will be our year. It will be our year.
You got to speak that shit into existence. That is very sweet of you, Chris. The only person that looks as good as Nikki is her sister. Yes, my sister is a knockout. I got a 5-year-old niece. She thinks Nikki is a Barbie. I wish I was a Barbie. And let me guess, Darius is in here stirring up the ranch debate. I mean,
he must be.
Because I said mayo was gross earlier on Twitter.
Okay. Yeah, I like mayo. So
you put mayo on sandwiches?
Yeah.
No.
I know. I didn't
all
feel
your
like
sandwiches.
Most of them.
Can't do it.
I know you.
But like, okay, so will you eat it like in like a macaroni salad or a potato salad, or
Nikki?
You, like,
no, absolutely not.
What?
No, we've gone through this.
Really? I don't remember this. So you'll put mayo on a sandwich, but you're not touching it in like some sort of.
If it's a hot summer day, I'm not eating those salads. There's no way. I will eat.
I didn't say a hot summer day. I'm just saying, like, what if
that's the only time you have the potato salad and macaroni salad and everything like that.
No, okay, but what if you're inside and it's like air conditioning? Will you eat potato salad?
No, it's only German. It's German style is my only style of eating it. And me and Chris have had this talk. And it is mayo. I'm only a Hellman's guy. I don't fuck with anything else. I'm very brand loyal with that and ketchup.
Mayo on sandwiches, chicken, burgers, fries, etc. are meat fries.
I will do special sauce. I don't know about fries, Darius. But if I have to do it, I probably would. But I'm more of a special sauce guy if I'm going to do fries.
What's special sauce?
You put mayo and ketchup together, blended together, and then there's some other things. But for the most part, it's mayo and ketchup together.
Ew! No, that's what special sauce is.
Yeah, well, some people call it other things, but yes, special sauce is that.
Mayo and ketchup blended together.
I never had Duke. I never had Duke's, Andre. Andre. I mean, I guess everybody's liking Dukes. Huh? I know the bowl game was crazy with the mascot.
Brown gravy on fries. My mom does that. My parents do that. They put they put gravy on their fries, or they'll go to the diner and get gravy.
I've had that too. I had that too.
Mayo chup. Yeah, I don't know, Darius, about this mixture of mayo and ketchup together.
It's McDonald's, basically McDonald's.
I don't eat McDonald's. The last time I had McDonald's, I was 19 years old.
I'm telling the group chat, you stay out of it. It's the group chat I'm talking to.
I'm telling them, like you're saying, as if I know. I don't eat McDonald's. I haven't eaten there since I was 19.
Everybody other than Mark in the group chat, I don't know Andre, but everybody else in the chat likes to eat. So I know that for a fact.
Everybody in this chat likes to eat.
Yeah, other than Andre, I don't know Andre, and Mark is a physical specimen. No homo. Mark is with his name plant
I don't
based.
think no. Mark's not eating McDonald's and shit like
No
that.
shot, no shot. That's
No
what I'm
shot.
saying. No
He's
shot.
not. No, he's
No way.
not. There's no way. But the fact that you brought that up is like like a reference point I should know. Like when you bring up your wrestling, it's like I don't know what you're talking about.
I didn't bring up wrestling tonight.
No, I'm comparing it. You brought up McDonald's as if I'm supposed to know what you're talking about.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like special sauce is from McDonald's. Like
So
that's what
they
they.
created this abomination.
Yeah,
Fucking
and a Big
McDonald's.
Mac. On a Big Mac.
They're ruining society.
What else?
All McDonald's should close down. Everybody should eat salads and smoothies for 28 days and see what happens.
I look like I have cancer again.
No. Why do you have to bring us down on that note?
It was the whole joke. Anyway, I'm still waiting for my playable, my money for playable.
Oh, well, if you say it right, maybe. But I drove by there. I've driven by there 3 times. I don't see the sign.
Magically not finding it. See, this is the whole
magically not finding it.
It
says Rita's on it. Ooh, Rita's.
It's the whole Nikki not wanting to lose.
No, it's the fact that it literally says Rita's on the storefront.
I'll be honest with you, Nick. I'll be honest with you. We'll wrap up soon. This week, after eating like a animal the last couple of days and holidays, I like when I would be like, all right, what am I gonna have for lunch? If I didn't bring lunch with me, I'm like, I don't want a single thing, and I almost got a salad the other day, but I didn't.
Oh my God! Look at me. I'm rubbing off on you.
I know what salads are before.
No. You know. The fact you thought about that, and the fact that you go to Pliables after work to get a smoothie.
By the way, Penn Station is back up and running. The new Penn Station, Roses just opened up. If you're from Long Island and you chill on Long Island Railroad waiting for your train, Roses just opened up. I don't think I'm going to Playable anytime soon now.
I don't know what that is. What is it?
It's your basic, like, bar food pizza that sells beer, and it's open literally 24/7. So if I'm going to have a couple rough days of work, I might steal a slice or two, or a couple nice tall boys for the ride home. It's back, baby. Roses is back. If you know Long Island, if you're from Long Island, you know what's good. Perfect drunk bar food after a night out in the city as well.
Yeah, but you're talking about going after work.
Yeah, it's open. It's open basically all night.
All night.
Yeah, like if you miss the drunk chain, you're just chilling at Roses and just
eating pizza and drinking beer until the morning train comes.
Basically.
Okay. Well, I mean, I think you're better off at Pliables. So.
Well, they're not open all night.
No, they're not. But like, you
can't
leave work and then get a couple slices of pizza and some beer and then go home and eat dinner too. Can't do that.
You're right.
So you're better off with a smoothie to hold you over till you get home to eat dinner.
Yeah. No, I miss.
Especially if you're gonna have cookies and milk. So you can't have pizza, beer, cookies, milk, 2 breakfasts. Like you can't do that.
All right. You're my manager. I will listen to you. Don't worry. This is another thing. I'm holding Nikki accountable. She is my manager. She better show me the money this year. Show me the money. All right, you're my agent, manager.
No, I'm the one that needs the agent. We can all agree that I am the talent here. I'm the one that needs the agent. I got people that want calendars, meet and greets. They want Barbie merch. They want
do they think you are?
I got invited to a wedding. Like, relax.
Oh yeah, okay. Unless you want to save it for tomorrow. What is this invite to a wedding? Like, what are we doing? What?
It's one of my DMs of the week.
All right, fine. I'll ask you after the show. But anything else before we wrap up? It's 53 minutes.
Wow.
Thank you to everybody. Yeah.
You guys really love when we go Giants and then we go food takes. I think it's really interesting that people care.
We appreciate it.
We certainly do appreciate
the 2 passions that I definitely have, you to a degree.
I'm passionate about football. I am passionate about food. No, I'm not passionate about food. I'm passionate about my smoothies and my cocktails, and I love good salad.
That's what I meant. I wasn't being a sexist pig saying you don't care about football. It was the food part. So you don't have to jump down my throat. All right.
That's what I do to everybody.
I know. You got to work on that in 2024.
No, I got nothing to work on in 2024. I started 2024 off with a bang. Did you guys get nominated for anything this week yet? No.
No, not yet. Not yet. Hopefully
Okay.
this year, the podcasts of the year, producer
Podcast of the year.
Yeah, you never know, man.
Well, we could easily win podcast of the year. Food, football, and family. There you go, Darius.
That's the 3 F's, babe.
The marketing agency owner in me loves that tagline. So there you go. We are all family here. Speaking of which, your adult fun-size Barbie sweatshirt is in the works. Yes, I know. I got to get the calendar, the bobbleheads, the Nikki pop head, whatever the fuck it's called.
Yeah, Funko Pops.
Yeah. People want that. They want T-shirts, meet and greets, weddings, proms.
Proms?
Everything.
I mean, who do they think you are? You're like the most normal, basic, like, person ever.
First of all, what do you mean basic?
Basic. You're like you're just you. To me, at least.
I am no basic bitch. So let's just.
No, you're not. You're far from it. You're very far from it.
I'm far from a basic bitch. We can clear that up right now. What do you mean? Who do they think I am? I'm a queen of New York. I am Nikki Nick. What the fuck? Who wouldn't want me at their wedding or as their prom date? Are you serious?
Hold on, prom? We're gonna have to call cops on you first.
There's people who get invited. Celebrities get invited to people's
celebrities or Nikki Nick. Come on.
I am a little mini celebrity.
Like an F-list celebrity.
Would you say F-list celebrity? Yeah. I'm working my way up the alphabet.
Okay. Hold on. Time out.
What?
So, do you dance at weddings?
So, here's the thing.
That's a no. That's already a no. You're real fun to be at a wedding.
No, so okay, but let me explain it. Here's the thing.
Oh my God, I danced and I
yes, no, I know that you've got family members who can relate to this when you've like danced. Yes, thank you, Darius. I'm not F-list. Dan just likes to sit here and fuck with me because he's mad that nobody's inviting him to proms and weddings. That's why.
First of all, if I get invited to any sort of prom, that we got problems. And I'm going to be sitting next to Chris Hansen, which I'm not going to be doing.
You might be going to a prom. You never know. But anyway, so the dance thing. So when you grow up dancing and teaching dance your whole life, and you're learning choreography and you're trained a certain way, when you go to a club or a wedding and music comes on, you hear music differently, and you're kind of choreographing in your head, and you hear it in 5, 6, 7. You hear music in 8 counts. So when you watch people doing when you watch people do like a 2-step, like it's just weird, like because I don't hear music the way
Pebbles coming to the center stage. Boom, 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 boom.
I like to be on stage. I like the bright lights on me. I like the attention. I don't do 2-step dancing. Like I just can't do it.
I mean, you can. You're just saying you don't want to.
No, it's hard, and I know you've got family members that can relate to that.
Oh, he's the worst dancer of all time. It's actually
and they have danced professionally all over the world. I'm telling you, it's a real.
It's actually embarrassing.
It's a real thing. It's like something in you malfunctions when you're not doing it how you're trained to do it.
Yeah,
like,
he's a world-class ballet dancer, and it's just like, what the fuck? My parents
that's part of it. Like you've trained in ballet my whole life. So when it's like anything outside of that, you're like, oh my God, like
I don't buy it. See, that's why you shouldn't get invited to the wedding, because you're not going to be dancing. You'll definitely be drinking. You're going to look like a knockout. But let's face it, if you can't dance on the dance floor, we got issues there. That's a big.
We don't have issues. Because I could probably teach a whole like choreography on the dance floor if somebody wants to. And that looks a lot better than a bunch of people holding their drink doing a 2-step.
Okay. Nikki doesn't.
Do you dance?
Yeah. I cut up a rug.
Okay. By dancing, you do what?
I do everything.
You do everything. What do? You do the shopping cart and like the
I do the shopping cart.
That's not dancing. That's my point. That is my point. That is not dancing.
I do the lawnmower. Oh, I love the lawnmower.
That's not dancing. That's my point.
I shake my little ass down the whole dance floor while doing the lawnmower. Like shaking.
It's not the lawnmower and the shopping cart.
But
And
I do the left and right. I do the spin. I do the little twirl.
that's not dancing. Just because you spin your wife around, that's the. Oh my God, it's not dancing.
Oh, I forgot. You're Miss Professional. You should be able to have fun and not be like, oh my God, I can't dance.
Oh,
You
listen.
do the cha-cha. You do the cha-cha slide. Come on. We do
The
that.
cha-cha slide's not dancing, okay?
You
That's not
spin
dancing.
to the right.
Ask your family members if they consider the wobble and cha-cha slide
Do the wobble.
dancing.
Yeah, of course you got to do the wobble, and then the
lawnmower's not dancing.
The Tootsie Roll. You got to do the Tootsie Roll.
Oh my God! You make it sound like an 8th grade dance or like a 6th grade dance.
And then you got to do back that ass up. Jar roll. Not jar roll. Juvenile. Yeah, juvenile.
All right. Well, I got a wedding to go to in a couple months. I'll let you know how.
When is it?
March.
Okay. As long as it's not on March 22nd, I can be your +1. Make sure no one creeps you out. Security detail.
No, this is a friend. It's not the random.
See, yeah, Nikki is 100% the Elaine from Seinfeld.
I am definitely not Elaine from Seinfeld. But anyway,
we wouldn't know until we see it.
Right. Well, anyway, everybody, we wish you a very, very, very happy new year. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, taking an hour of your time. We went way over. And we will see you guys next week, normal time, I think, right?
Yeah, back to normal time, Monday, and then let's see what happens.
Unless you guys like Tuesday. Let us know in the chat or DM us if you like the Tuesday slot. Maybe we'll keep that for the off season. But you let us know. And please make sure you subscribe to the Fantasy Sports Corporation channel if you're not already.
Instagram and Twitter. Follow us.
Follow us on Instagram and Twitter. You guys have a fantastic week. We will see you on Monday.
And see Nikki tomorrow.
See me tomorrow right here on
unless something happens again that I'm on again, which I'm not expecting this time. But until next time, peace. Go Giants.
Bye, guys. Okay, Monday wins. They like Monday. Back to Monday.